Yes, indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I thought the music was going to go longer there. I really did. But it's time for the end of week chill stream. And I tell you what, folks, am I glad we made it to Sunday or what? How you all doing out there? I hope you're all doing good. Hope we're all ready to go for another VIP lounge here. Yep, tunes. We've got it all going on here at the VIP lounge. We've even got our own traffic cone. Come on. What other YouTuber do you know that has a smoking traffic cone and a dancing pineapple for the super chat? I don't know. I go that extra yard for you. And now I'm going to have to fix this. Something's gone horribly wrong on the right-hand side of my screen. Now, on the right-hand side of the screen, what you're going to see is the chat room. Now, why have I done it this way? Well, this is the best way I can think for us to incorporate the new YouTube feature of stickers. Just the other day, I got an email, as you'll probably all know out there, and I thank all of you for this, because if we didn't have such an active, or more to the point, interactive chat room and experience here, then we wouldn't get picked up for things like the new sticker program. So we've got the stickers, and the stickers appear in the chat room, and it's really good. But I thought, maybe you might want to have your sticker on the screen. So Streamlabs, they haven't incorporated it yet. So I've found a really crude workaround, a way that we can kind of get to see your stickers on the screen. And of course, you'll also get the dancing pineapple. So yeah, a big thank you to YouTube for that. But before we get going anywhere today, I need to remind all of you, especially all of you members out there, I think one of the best things, one of the most hilarious aspects of the full membership experience is this whole emoji thing. We've got the hairy hands, we've got Alex Jones. You get it, right? We've got the smoking cone. We've even got Anne's shoe. Now, I was playing a clip last night that was very disturbing, and it relates to you out there, and I'm trying to protect your channel. There's been a bit of a glitch occurring where members who use member emojis on channels have been, for some reason, getting flagged up as spamming the comments, and their channels terminated for violating the rules of, or the terms of service. Now, it seems to be when you go really, like maybe 10, 15 emojis all at the same time, all the same one. For some reason, YouTube algorithm is flagging that. Now, I haven't checked again today, but hopefully, this is one of those ones, it's a no-brainer. The members that come to the channels on YouTube, you are literally the lifeblood of not just the creators, but the platform itself. You're a revenue stream. Let's think about it from purely business terms. And that's why this is a no-brainer. They're definitely going to get this fixed, folks. So let's just, maybe it's fixed already. If it is, awesome. I hope people get their channels back, because it's pretty damn ridiculous when you think about it. People paying for the use of emojis and then using them and finding their entire account gone. Email gone, everything. It's pretty grim. So yeah, hopefully people on this channel haven't fallen foul of that. I've certainly had no emails telling me. I would feel absolutely rotten. Rotten to the core. I truly would. It would be... I can't imagine what it's like. And it was Markiplier was one of the bigger YouTubers out there. It was happening to his audience. And it was an hour into his stream, and it had been happening to numerous people. And Markiplier's are really, really cool, and he appears to be one of the more genuine big YouTubers out there. And I could tell looking at him, it was really hurting him. Because he's like me. He gets it, He does connect with the audience. So yeah, if that does happen to anyone and you hear about it, tell them to get in touch, and I'll certainly reach out to Google and YouTube to see what I can do. If it happens to you on this channel here. And if it happens to any other channels, let's maybe share a tweet, put at Team YouTube. We'll need to stick together and stand up for each other, because in the end of the day, there we go. There's a little... Oh, we've got... could it not be a unicorn? It is a unicorn, thank goodness for that. I was only seeing the... See, there we go, look. We've got it going on now, folks. See, I've managed to get Sidvich's little unicorn there onto the screen. Yes, we like the unicorns in Scotland, or as we prefer to call them, the Kelpies. Yes. So listen, today, very important day in the UK over here. You'll probably be wondering why the hell it is I've got a little flower up in the top hand corner here. In particular, a poppy. Well, today over here in the UK, it's Remembrance Sunday. And being an ex-service personnel myself, this is a day that I certainly still pay my respects on to people that have fallen in the past. And for people outside of the UK, you might be thinking, well, what's Remembrance Sunday all about? Well, Remembrance Sunday is held in the UK as a day to commemorate the contribution of British and Commonwealth military and civilian servicemen and women in the two world wars and later conflicts. It's held at 11 a.m. on the second Sunday in November, the Sunday nearest to the 11th of November, 11/11, Armistice Day, the anniversary of the end of hostilities in the First World War in 1918, and it's marked by ceremonies at local war memorials in most cities, towns and villages attended by civic dignitaries, ex-servicemen and women. Many are members of the Royal British Legion and other veterans organisations, members of the armed forces, etc. And it says here, church bells are usually rung half muffled, creating a sombre effect. The service is held for about 2 hours. And any time I go over any of the stories that we talk about from Woketopia, folks, you know, I do sometimes think back and I think of the people that did fight in these wars. And I think to myself, I wonder what they would make of what's come of Britain and other places around the world now, just the way the world is compared to when they were literally doing what they did, put their lives on the line. So yeah, that's something that's more of the deeper level when you're thinking about the state of the world today. You know, I'm not telling people what to do, but I've always kind of thought of these people in the past, you know. Where would we be if it wasn't for the people that took part in World War II? And again, I would like it if we'd never had any major conflicts in the world, but we have. And as much as they try to change history, we can't. We can't. And we certainly can't blame the servicemen and women who are used as pawns in the ultimate game by these characters that we always continue to try and shed a light on. So that is why we've got the little poppy on the screen today. So then, before we go anywhere, right, it's the members, it's the VIP stream. I can kick back, I can chill out. And as we go on today, I've said this before, but we're going to do it today. We're going to live dive the chat. We're just going to take things from you out there. I've got a couple of things I want to kind of say, a couple of little announcements. We'll take a look at some of the shows in the week ahead. And we'll keep it real. And of course, I'll be back tonight with Scott Lopez as well. Now, I don't expect anyone to be extra or going the extra mile and doing anything to support the stream. But I know, Sidvich, you already have my brother if you choose to do so. We've got the Super Chat, we've got the stickers, we've got the PayPal, and we've got the STREAMLABS option as well. I've seen people asking about that. There's a link for that in the description. And we are only 14 emojis, or sorry, I wish we had another 14 emojis. We're only 14 members away from a new emoji. So there might be people out there right now, and I imagine there is. You're probably frustrated. You're thinking, why can't I go in the chat room here? Well, all you've got to do is hurry on over to my channel page. And what you do is you click the members button, well, the join button there, and you'll find 3 offers. There's a £1.99 offer, there's a £4.99 offer, and an £8.99 offer. Now, these offers are all for the same deal. You get in here on the Sunday. And as we go forward, we will have guests coming on and we will have members-only streams. Okay? I'm really keen to keep it as inclusive as we can. But for people going that extra yard, I need to go that extra yard as well. And if you want to be a part of that, while things are crashing and banging in the background, all you've got to do is click that join button, okay? But you don't have to. You don't have to. Well, you do today if you want to take part in the chat room, right? So then, over to the aforementioned chat room. Thank you, Sidvich. Yes, Sid posting the links in there. I absolutely love you, brother. And I'm sorry I missed your Discord call. I messaged you back on Discord just a little while ago. I'm like, see, when Jimmy Jeans used to call me Quantum Kev, he wasn't joking. I'm literally here, there, and everywhere, but nowhere all at once. And it's hard sometimes to get a hold of me. Even Anne, she struggles to get a hold of me sometimes. And I'm sitting 3 meters from her. That's usually when I'm wired to the moon. And I'm doing that deeper level of thinking that your favourite content creator does, right? Fully joking, folks. But yeah, big shout out to Sidvich. We've got Lisa in there as well. Lisa says, I started thanking service members today because my agenda is lame and said it was today. Sidvich, there we go. A big thumb. Thank you, brother. I actually like these stickers that they've got. It's pretty cool. Are they as cool as our emojis, though? Are they cool as our emojis? I don't know. And if you can hear horrible noise in the background, it's Anne being terribly rude and deciding to eat like the noisiest bag of crisps or chips in the US, yes. Right at the time when I go live, it's the same as like, there's some nights when I'm doing the show, right? And she'll be sat there for like hours before the show, and it'll be 10 minutes into the show that she decides to say, oh, look at this on Facebook or something. What's that all about? See the kind of obstacles I've got to like traverse on the way to bring you this finely polished machine that you see today. I tell you, folks, the things I do, things I go through. So it says, Roxy says, I don't understand how to get onto the Discord thing. It's a feature on my, we don't say that M word in here, Roxy. Oh, dodgy character. But I hear you. Discord, it's, I'm kind of new to it myself, I must admit. But I do find it good. And I know Anne, she's just joined it as well. She kind of likes it in there. You're new to it as well, Anne, aren't you? It's just basically like a messenger thing. That's how I look at it. That's really the best way I look at it. So who else we got in here? We got Queen Goddess, Brian, Lisa, Austin, Susie. How you doing? Susie sent me a link. Okay. You see, this is what we like about the VIP suite. I can just head on over. Get the link. Oh, nice. We've got a bit of paranormal woo by the looks of it to look at as the stream progresses, ladies and gents. Loving it. Thank you, Susie. How is that lovely, wonderful, amazing new addition to the ranks of the Wookiees doing? I hope he isn't keeping yous up all night, but I know if he is any kind of Wookiee at all, I tell you, if he's anything like me when I was a kid, I screamed houses down. So, yeah, I hope you're getting a night's sleep, but I tell you what, I bet it's just great to finally have him here, Susie, because I know how much you were waiting for it. Marty, great to see you there. Wow, Marty. Now, you see, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Marty, right? Because I know with my son becoming like older now, 17, that age where he can fly the nest, he's not intending to, right? But something crap about when they grow up, you know? I don't know, when they're a little child and when they still think you're a hero and they don't see your flaws and know that you are flawed. I don't know, there's just something about those days. But yeah, fantastic. Who else we got in here? Let me see. First world problems. 100 years ago, 15-year-olds lied to go to fight for their countries and now they need safe spaces. It's embarrassing. You know, you're so true. You're so true, brother. And, oh, wow, hang on a minute. I need to try and find something here. Hang on. See if I can find this. Yeah, just talking about that kind of thing, right? I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah, wait a minute, folks. I've almost got it. 2 seconds. It's worth it when I find it, folks. Here we go. Let me bring this over here. Check this out, folks. Check this out, okay?
Nicholas Manzo. Good morning, sir. Mr. Manzo,
Yep,
you have a red light violation
yep.
on Pleasant Valley Parkway. Do you remember this?
Well, in fact, I went and investigated 4 or 5 times. I was wrong, no question about it. I made a right-hand turn, and that's the first violation I've got in 72 years of driving.
Really?
Yep, look up my record.
I'm going to look it up.
Yep.
Now,
And
Mr. Manzo,
Now, this is from a channel called Caught in Providence. It's a real court channel, real people. Check, this is a heartwarming story, I'm telling you.
I'll ask you a question. Monitor here indicates that you are 93 years old.
right,
Why you doing
World
it?
War II veteran. Spent 29 months in the Pacific, okay, without coming back, and came back alive.
Where were you in the
I
Pacific?
was in the Navy.
You were in the Navy?
Yep.
How long did you serve?
I served 3 years. 1943, February, on my 17th birthday, I joined the Navy, and I didn't come back for 3 years. And the truth of the story is, I can tell you a little story if you got a few minutes.
Go ahead, I want to hear
I
it.
joined the Navy when I was 16 years old. I went up to Federal Hill, Holy Ghost Church. I got my birth certificate. I forged it.
There you go. There you go, Jason. Absolutely. People were that desperate to go and fight for their country. They were willing to lie. But this has got a happy ending.
I made myself 17 years old, and I went down to the recruiting station. I joined the Navy. Everything went fine until 2 weeks later, the policemen in the Navy come up and they wanted to arrest me because I forged my birth certificate. But I waited another year, and I left Mount Pleasant High School, and I went in the Navy. And I spent 3 years, 29 months in the Pacific. Every battle that was in the Pacific, I was there. I was in it.
I receive letters from people every day,
Yeah.
and I received a number of letters from veterans who actually send me checks, and the purpose for them sending me checks is to help other veterans. Now, I would really dismiss your case outright anyway. You know, I would dismiss it. And it's not going to go on your record, but I'm not going to have you pay anything of this. But I have a gentleman who sent me a check for $50, and he wants me to, he said his father was a World War II Navy veteran. And please use this to honor him and his service as a veteran. And you were a World War II Navy veteran as well. So I'm going to use this check. This is from Anthony Christensen. And Mr. Christensen is from, looks like Panhandle, Texas. Tell me about your experiences during the war.
Yeah, so that goes on, but yeah. If only more judges maybe adopted a bit of common sense like that. I know not all courts are like that, folks. I get it. If only every story to come out of a court was as fair and as just, right? But I tell you, if it wasn't for people like him here, what world would we be in now? It doesn't matter what you think of governments, folks. These people aren't governments that go and fight in wars. There's like me and you, it's terrifying. I was one of them at one point. They don't care about the politics. They're going out there for people they know, their families, their mates. They don't care about what politicians are telling them to do this or that, and I get it. War's nasty. It's horrible. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is, and it has been. And I tell you, that's why when it comes to days like this, I always try to kind of spare a thought around 11:11. That's when they usually have 2 minutes of silence or so. It's not everybody's thing. I get that. And there's even some people, you know, they totally use this as a vehicle for their kind of hate. They use it as an excuse to protest and things. I don't think that's very respectful to the people that have gone before us. But again, this is something, and I've got a fly flying about in front of my webcam. Do you think maybe it's like some kind of CIA drone or something? Do you think it could be like spying on me? Because it seems to be every time I go live, there's like this fly. And it's not a moth. It's not a moth, ma'am. Definitely not a moth, ma'am. It's not a moth, ma'am. So yeah, back to the chat room, because I was giving people a shout out, but I just thought I'd play that little story there. There's more to it. I'll send the link. And obviously, folks, I encourage you to sub to the channel just to show some support, since we played that little couple of minutes there. It does me no good if they decide to strike me with a copyright, but I don't know, sometimes you need to see the good in the world, eh? They don't show you that on the nighttime news. You know, nice things happening, real people, and that. I don't know. But we're different here. We're definitely different here. And that's what attracts all of you crazy people. And see, this is the thing. When I say crazy, that means you're like the best of people. Because I'm crazy. We can all be crazy together, right? So we've got, yes, first world problems in there. Can't imagine what those people went through. Exactly. My family were vets, old school. Yep, my family all the way back as well, half Q. It's what really encouraged me to go into the military, you know? Certainly didn't join up to push any political agenda. I didn't meet anyone like that. Can't remember bumping into any guys or any of the girls, you know. Yeah, well, I actually really like the foreign policy of one particular party, so I thought I'd come here and I would like push for it in an armed manner. Doesn't work like that, folks, you see. And yet you still get people hating on people that are in the military. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Is there bad people in there? You better believe it. Absolutely. Bad people everywhere. Just bad people. Not here, though. Let me scroll up. Now, I know I've missed a hell of a load of people here, right? I know it. Mammoth, who is lying recovering right now. Absolutely fantastic. And just for you, that means we get a dang, dude. Sometimes when things are getting bad nowadays, though, Mammoth, what I say is damn, dude. Because that's when you know Kev's getting a bit more serious about it. The dang dude's a funny one. The damn dude, different meaning altogether, right? Don't know what I'm talking about. Love the Sunday streams, though, because I can just sit here and chill. And if there's anyone out there, PPP rules apply. Don't be hogging it. Keep it going round. I see that Sid Vitch over there. I see what you're at, brother. Hogging it in the corner. Those Norwegians, they're all the same. I'm just a cheap sticker, Sid. I am. I'm nothing more than a cheap sticker. That's what my life has become. Just cheap stickers getting thrown at me. Whoa, we've got a new member incoming, new member. Oh yes, indeed. That means we get Homer doing his dope in a little moment. Yes, absolutely fantastic. It's a great day. Yeah.
You know that, don't you?
Yes, I do, Gunny. He's on the way. There he is. There he is. And it's Jeffrey Roberts. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Absolutely fantastic. Welcome in. We will induct you into the sanctum later. No, I'm only joking. What you see is what you get, brother. But now you're in the chat room, and it's great to have you here. Who else have we got? Adrian. Great to see you, Adrian. Greg. Roxy again. I've said that one, I think. Lothar. Hasn't Lothar been like knocking it out the park? That was a crap sound effect. That didn't work. Never try that one again, Kev. Put that one in the head. Didn't work. But no, hasn't he? Really has. And isn't that almost like something quantum going on there? It's almost as if myself and Lothar instantly, I singled Lothar out of everyone in the chat room, and we would have that bit of rapport, you know, bit back and forth about the Masons. And it's almost as if we kind of knew that there would be a almost a call-in relationship. Yes, we're having a phone relationship, me and Lothar. Sounds a hell of a lot dodgier than what I just made it sound, but yeah, you've been knocking it out the park, my good friend. Yes, indeed. What else we got here? Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any names I'm scrolling by that I haven't said yet. And then I'll go back down to the bottom. There'll be a whole pile of new names and I'll need to start again. But I'm not in any rush. If you're not in any rush, folks, I'm certainly not. No. And just ground up some lovely new Colombian coffee. It is absolutely delish. But it means I'm probably going to have to nip back and forth every now and again. Wasn't that the worst hint ever? It would appear that Anne took that as a hint and now she's away to get the pot of coffee. Go figure, folks. Yes, indeed. So listen. Want to thank all of you, okay? Because just the other day, myself, Ryan, and Scott, we done what would be regarded a controversial show, okay? Especially here, if we were to do it on YouTube. And I was really nervous at the time because I thought people would really, really kind of criticize me for not speaking freely about this one topic that we were covering. But the exact opposite happened because all of you out there, and in particular the members, the people here that are literally investing in the channel, you could see the bigger picture and you could see the bigger game. And that's why I want to thank all of you for telling me that the decision I had made not to simulcast that show was perfectly cool. Yous all got it. Yous all accepted exactly why we were doing that. Channel preservation, I call it. You know, if there's a big bear out there, I don't think it's wise to go kicking it in the shins or poking it with a stick. In other words, I don't see the point in talking about things that you know are going to bring you close to where YouTube don't want you to be. And I think we've got something pretty cool going on here. I really do. You know, without you people out there, not only are you the lifeblood of the channel, you're literally the lifeblood of the family right now. And even if we don't get any bigger from this point forward, I'll still be awesome, totally satisfied, because right now I'm getting enough to pay the internet, pay the bills. We get by. And thanks to the members, you, and thanks to the people that donate with PayPal, Patreon as well. We had a Patreon come up on the screen earlier. Big thank you to them. You know, I had never any big plans to be the next KSI or Logan Paul and be making 100 million for a fight on Sky Sports. And the fact that we can get by at the level that we're at right now, that's really, really cool. And I wouldn't want to jeopardize all of that, folks. I wouldn't want to jeopardize it by going too close to the lines, pushing the boundaries just a little too far. So that's why I want to take time today to thank all of you out there, especially the members in the chat, the mods as well. Sometimes, you know, I don't give you as much credit as you're probably due, because I get that we're all on the same frequency, but sometimes I forget that means we think the same on more than just what we talk about on the streams. So I should have known that when it came to that dodgy topic, you would have understood right away why I was doing this. So again, thank you for not judging me as some kind of self-censorer or some kind of shill, somebody who's kind of trying to hide the truth. At the end of the day, the information's out there now, and there's other places where we can put it. So that was just my way of, I just wanted to make sure you know that I am very, very grateful for that. Big time, okay? What else have we got? Yeah, now, before we can get into some of your stories as well, and I've got a couple of stories here, there's something else I really need to get back to work on. And I'll bring it up here so we can all see it. I need to get back to work on this. I actually think maybe some of you don't even know I've got a website. And that's because of me. Because I've really let things go on that front. in recent months. I've kept it going. Everything's still there. Still put content up. But things have changed on KBS over the past year or so. They really have. The show continues to grow, and this year in particular, I decided to grow the show with the extra streaming content. Here we are today. The safe spaces, Scotty and Joe at the weekend. You all see the extra content. But one thing that's happened with that is that time has become even more fluid or more compressed. But I need to get back to doing stuff on the website. And because the website was more when I was just solely on TFR, I think now it needs some kind of revamp. It needs some new kind of style because there's a lot more live streaming content. That's what we do here now. Kev Baker show, it morphs. It kind of shape shifts along the way. Got to be able to improvise, adapt and overcome. That's something that the people that went in World War I and World War II, that they certainly lived by that. So that's what we've got to do here as well, because we ourselves are in that information war. Love the term or hate the term because of somebody who made it famous or infamous, we certainly are. So I don't know what to do with the website. Not too sure yet. Well, I could get back to writing some articles, but again, it's a time thing. Because you get ready for the safe space during the day and then you've got the show at night. So, yeah, just point I bring it up is that there are going to be changes getting made on there. It's going to be getting a revamp. It's going to look nothing like what you're seeing right now. And hopefully it will incorporate some of the Discord stuff and it'll be yet another place for us all to share and come together to build this bigger platform that we're putting together here, okay? So I'll come and see the chat room, see what you think about all of that. I'm going to take a quick drink of my lovely coffee here. And I'll be back with you in 30 seconds. Yes, KBS and the Inner Sanctum. You see, I'm doubling the efforts just for you. Because of you. I'll be right back. We can't have that music on. That's my dancing music, right? We can't have that music on. Definitely can't have that music. We need something happy. Something happy today, right? Okay, so somebody in the chat room is saying, yeah, it's hard for us to pump the channel without a flash site and cool something to pump. Yep, exactly, dude. Much respect for the channel, the hosts and the group. Always look forward to catching the shows. Whoa, Mannerus. If you need a little help, let me know. Web developer since 98. Here's the truth. I know nothing about websites. I've got a WordPress. Blatant, it's a WordPress kind of template at the back end. I just like fire off posts and it does all its thing. And I know nothing of coding. I remember when I'd gone to Bilderberg and I started to kind of speak to a few people that were like in Anonymous. The ones you don't see on the internet. Well, the ones you don't know about. But they're there behind the scenes. And I said to one of them, how long do you think it would take for you to crash course me in coding? And they just laughed and said too long. So yeah, definitely. See, Mammoth had no idea there's a website. It's not even all Mammoth. It gets worse than that because I used to have hundreds of content on there. And then, unfortunately, unbeknown to me, I let like the web hosting expire, and GoDaddy, they hold your content to ransom. and I had like 60 days to pay them an extortionate amount of money. And thankfully, one of our really big supporters here on the show, she came forward and she bought me 12 months of web hosting, but still, it was like starting again. So thanks again to the audience out there. We've still got the website, but yeah, I need to get back to that, folks. Absolutely. You should have a call-in for one of the member shows, says Sid. Yeah.
For your haggis fund.
Greg Silverado, my haggis fund is now topped up. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, indeed. Anne's not a fan of the haggis. I am a fan of the haggis. Love the haggis. Yes, haggis and neeps. She's pulling faces now. Not the kind of face you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that term offends people, but deal with it. Nobody in here is offended when I say ladies and gentlemen or guys or Wookiees or any other pronoun or identifier that I choose to throw out there. You see, we're grown-ups, yes. We're adults. We get offended at the right things, right? Well, we do. We get offended at, like, when people say the Wookiee doesn't exist and things like that. I'm only joking. So, yes, what else is happening in the chat room? Just have a call in. Right. Great idea. Absolutely great. And it's something I can do. And it's something, Sid, this is pretty weird, pretty mad, but it's something I'll be able to do for next Sunday. Something I've been working on. We'll be able to do it. And I'll be able to give you the number out there. And you'll be able to call in on next week's members only stream. Yes. We've got a new member, Sam Rodriguez. And Sam, you know, you're one of the long time like viewers that if I could give one membership away a month, you would definitely have been right up there at the front of the queue, because there's a lot of people out there that I know their names and I know they come here all the time, okay? And I think it would be lovely. It'd be a great touch for all content creators, for all viewers, if there was like 1 or 3 even memberships that we could give away, because I know for a fact there's channels out there that I would like to be a member of and I just can't afford it. So that's why I know myself from being in that position. I wish I could do that. But Sam, it's so great to finally see you here. It truly, truly is. Yes, it's a good crowd in here. It really is. And I think Roxy, I think you tried to get me on Facebook. I seen that coming through when we were on the stream here. I'll get you after the show or later today, something like that. But yeah, brilliant. Good stuff. So yeah, that's the website. Definitely need to think about doing something with that. So with that said, I've got a story here that we can get into, and I know Anne's ears are going to pick up right away as I say this, because, and we'll do this one kind of thing I want to talk about. I wouldn't say this is a show, it's just chilling out. It's a good conversation to have. Something I'm very, very into. And it's just started back up again on the TV. It's Oak Island. And somebody also sent me a story to get today that relates to this, and it was in the Discord server. So yeah, we'll take a little look at this. Let's head on over to the website studio. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. The website, yes. Old Geordie Rose there. Look at him looking good. Bull Geordie. Yeah, so without me getting all nostalgic, I'll get to you, website. Me and you are going to have words, definitely. So let's go to the story I was going to bring up there. Researcher digs deeper into Oak Island. Now, is this the right one I was going for? No, this wasn't the right one I was going for. So we'll go back here. It all goes horribly wrong, folks. It all goes horribly wrong. Straight off the bat, it all goes horribly wrong. So yes, will I go to the other story first? I think I will. So like I say, Oak Island has restarted now, right? And this is the curse of Oak Island, where they're searching for this couple of 100-year-old treasure. Now, anytime you speak about Oak Island, there's something else comes into the conversation, and it's something that holds a synchronicity and a connection to the Kev Baker show. Because it's the Knights Templar. Now, how the hell does that connect to the Kev Baker show? Because Johnny Whistles aka Johnny Sinclair. Well, that Sinclair is the St. Clair family that is very, very much from Templar history. So that's how we have this kind of connection to Oak Island, the Templars. And it's weird because me and Johnny, it's one of our favourite shows. We both love to see what they're doing. And this season, it's just going to be awesome because they're getting into an area called the Swamp. Now, again, whether it was the Templars that were there or whether it was some other people, that still remains to be seen, because with each season that goes by, every search that they do, every dig that they do, every drill that they do, it's much like doing this show here. Instead of having more answers and getting closer to the truth, what happens is more questions arise. And instead of getting closer to the truth, or the treasure in Oak Island's case, you know, it seems to be that there's far more going on there, or has gone on there in the past, than anyone had ever imagined. Who knows just what was going on there and when it was going on. But let's take a look at the Templars, because this story came up in the Discord today, like I say. And it says here, secret tunnels used by the Knights Templar leading to the treasure tower discovered. So it says, to avoid persecution and hide valuable treasures, the Knights Templar often used secret passages and chambers where they met. Now, obviously, you've got the Knights Templar, and their history was they would take the pilgrims over to the Middle East, you know, to the holy sites, and then they're arguably the world's first bankers as well. They eventually came back, and it's rumoured that they had great treasures from Jerusalem, and they went to France, and then they got persecuted in France, and we've got the Friday the 13th thing. That's where that comes from, when they all got put to the stake and burnt at the stake, and some of them escaped and got to Roslin in Scotland and built the chapel, and then perhaps made it to Oak Island. I've caught you up on the whole Templar history there, really, really badly and really crudely in about 10 seconds. But I think most of you are probably aware of who the Templars are. But it says archaeologists have now discovered secret tunnels built by the Knights Templar 800 years ago to move gold underground to their famous treasure tower. So it says using LiDAR technology, researchers scanned an ancient site in Israel that served as a key fortress for the Christian warrior monks during the Third Crusade. And the tunnels, located beneath the ancient coastal city of Accra, sheds light on how the Templars transported gold to the tower. So Dr. Albert Lynn, an American archaeologist, revealed the discovery as part of a National Geographic documentary. And speaking on the program, he said, these warrior monks, and that's what they were, folks. These dudes could fight, and I'm sorry if that offends any feminists today. It was a class of warrior dudes, okay? I haven't seen any stories of any women fighting with the Knights Templar, and I'm sorry, I know history offends people. I can't go back and change it. Don't hate me for it. It is what it is, okay? So it says, these warrior monks are the stuff of legend, and so is their gold. Hence, all of the kind of stuff around Oak Island. Is it Templar gold that's down there? Nobody knows. So during the Crusades, the Knight Templars battle for God, gold, and glory. Somewhere in the modern city of Accra lies their command centre and possibly their treasure. Now, it's the stuff of childhood dreams, and I'm here to find them, says Dr. Albert Lynn. Look at these tunnels here. And it's strange, isn't it? Because I would imagine, maybe you haven't, but I've spoke before about the tunnels, Scotland, Turkey. Yeah. They don't reach. See, I'm not going to Snopes. We're not going to Snopes. No. Going underground, the massive European network of Stone Age tunnels that weaves from Scotland to Turkey. Now, you see these tunnels here, folks? I don't know, but let's ignore the date on them. Okay, let's ignore the date and then look at something like, oh, I don't know, these tunnels here. Now, I'm not saying they're exactly the same, okay? And a tunnel's a tunnel. They're obviously going to resemble or look like each other in some shape or form because it's a bloody tunnel through rock. I get that. But could it be that, you know, with Templar tunnels running all the way from the near Middle East, Turkey, to Scotland, Templar history, Roslin, Freemasons, Scottish Rite, quick jump, quick sail over the Atlantic, Oak Island. I don't know. I'm just saying. But we'll come down here. We'll see. It says Dr. Lynn has discovered the tunnels used by the Templars 800 years ago under the city of Accra. And I'd love to play this, but it's National Geographic. You just know, you know that ain't going to be good. So the Knights Templars' fabled treasure has become the stuff of legend since their untimely demise in the early 1300s. But Dr. Lynn thinks he has finally revealed the possible site of its last location for the first time. The Templars' hidden tunnels snaked beneath the streets, and they secretly transported gold to the Accra fortress's crowning glory, its treasure tower. The full magnificence of the Accra fortress was preserved for those arriving by sea, and the treasure tower is buried beneath metres of dirt and rock. Currently, it's still unknown whether there will be a future excavation, but it's remarkable archaeological discovery that eventually could lead to an even greater discovery. Now, I would have to imagine, folks, as much as the Indiana Jones and the whole romantic treasure hunter within me would love to think that treasure's still under there somewhere, you would have to think that over the ages, somebody's got their hands on that. So, people have known about this forever, you know. The splendour of this treasure tower in the first place. It's not like they hid their opulence. It's not like they hid that there was wealth there. So at some point when they've been sacked or they've got out of there, you know somebody's found that. It's the stuff that they took with them. That's what interests me. Some people say it's the Holy Grail, some other holy relics. Who honestly knows? Wouldn't it be cool if it was like some piece of alien technology or something? How cool would that be? How cool. I'm just saying maybe one of these meta materials that they found at Roswell or something like that. Now that would shut everyone on Oak Island up. I don't think they would know what to say. But yeah, Oak Island is back. And for anyone who doesn't know about the mystery of Oak Island, I'll enjoy filling you in here. Let's see. Oak Island history. Well, that's going to come up because it's on the History Channel. I knew it. No, there we go. So it says here, the Oak Island mystery refers to the stories of buried treasure and unexplained objects found on or near Oak Island on Nova Scotia. And since the 19th century, a number of attempts have been made to locate the treasure and artifacts. Now, theories about the artifacts present on the island range from pirate treasure to Shakespearean manuscripts to possibly the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant, with the Grail and the Ark having been buried there by the Knights Templar. So, the reason they think the Knights Templar were there, folks, is because there's a lot of symbology, like carved into stones and things, that certainly hint at that. And it's even in some of their writings as well. And if you followed the show, this is season number 7 now. I mean, it's brilliant what they do. And I've said this before, probably bores people, but the team that's behind, like Oak Island, I'll just bring them up here, probably be able to see them. Curse of Oak Island. There we go. Images. Yeah, the team here, I mean, these are the two brothers that basically, I mean, for lack of a better term, they own Oak Island, but this is Marty Laguna on the right. He's a millionaire. He's got his own vineyard, and they're both, since very, very young age, just absolutely passionate, as was the family, about this Oak Island mystery. And now here they are. They basically bought the island. But what I like about it is the fact that they really do pay attention to detail, and they pay so much respect to the people that have come and gone before them, and the ones that have lost their lives as well. And they've got like the visitor centre there now. It's like a big museum. They show everything that they find. They're doing it for the right reasons, as opposed to chasing riches. They've already got riches. And in fact, it's quite ironic because one of the main sites that they search on the show is called the Money Pit. And you have to wonder sometimes, is there money at the bottom of the pit? Or are they just pouring their money into building or digging the biggest hole in the world? You know, who knows? That's the thing about treasure hunts, right? There's something about them. There's something in our DNA. Something that just, I don't know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, this season, they're looking in the swamp. The theory is a ship was sunk there, and it's almost a false swamp. It's a fake swamp. And if a ship was sunk there, then where did all the stuff go that they took there? And what was the stuff? And why? Why this elaborate plan with, you know, flood tunnels and all the rest of it? Like they say, a curse. It's almost like a curse that surrounds getting to this gold or whatever it is down there. Personally, I think it's like a bunch of books. Books, a couple 100 years old, Kev, they're going to be well gone. I think it's religious texts. I think it's the works of Shakespeare as well. I don't just say that guessing, because they found parchment and they looked at the colour of the ink and stuff like that. And it's one of the theories that are out there. I've not come up with this. It's Francis Bacon, who some people think was really writing William Shakespeare's plays and stuff. So I don't know, but I love Oak Island. I'm glad it's back. I'll probably bore you to death for the next 2 or 3 months with updates from Oak Island. And I tell you, I've tried to get the Lagunas. I've tried to get anyone from that show on this show. Still haven't heard back. But you know me, I'm a determined bugger. Us Scots, we don't give up easy. So I will continue to try and get them on the show. I have to. It'd be rude not to, right? So yes, the Masons I've met have been nice people. I never thought of Lothar out there. Lothar, you must be like your head's spinning right now. These bloody Masons, Kev, it's the Masons. You're right. In this case, Lothar, it is the Masons. Graham, I love you, brother. I didn't see you coming in there. Graham's our famous friend. Well, I think he's going to be famous. You better be famous, Graham. My gut is rarely wrong, but nah, he's just one of us folks. He truly is. Great guy. Great to see you, man. What else has been said in here? Yeah. Anyone got anything on Oak Island? Does Lothar maybe know what's buried beneath there? Maybe it was in one of those books that Lothar found. I don't know. Imagine getting your hands on books that the Masons don't want you to have your hands on. And they're the level of book with magic in them that you don't keep them in the house. I don't know. I'd get them on eBay. Go to some rare bookshop to get rid of them. I reckon there might be some coin there, Lothar. Some Mason out there might be willing to pay a lot of shekel. Graham, you see, that's it. That's it. You keep on trying. You keep chipping away, my man. It's going to happen. Yep. I know it. I've been saying it for years, dude, haven't I? I have. And I haven't changed my mind yet. You're going to be... One day I'm going to come on the show and I'll say, look, there's this new show on Netflix, and the main star of it, he's one of our own. Yep. I'll give it the football chant. He's one of our own. See, I'll even do that when you're starring on a Netflix special. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, dude. Intentions. Put it out there into the universe, folks. See Graham in the chat room. Imagine him making it in the world of acting. And then we can have our insider into the industry, as they call it in conspiratorial circles. And you can tell us about all the shady shenanigans as well. Yes, indeedy. What else have we got in here? Been with the Order of the Eastern Star for 13 years. Queen Goddess. Awesome. That is awesome. Whoa. Sidvich, brother. Wow, man. Dude. Gonna have a super chat coming in a minute, folks.
Me and Kenny figured you need a new PS4 for Christmas. You want to use PS4 Pro at the Kev Baker Show talk on Discord. I'll ship one, winking face.
Oh, dude. A PS4 Pro? I'd probably get naked for a PS4 Pro. I really would. So yes, we will be talking on Discord. Do you know what I've been having to do? I've been having to play FIFA on the PC. It's good. It's good. Some would say it's exactly the same, Sid, but it's not. It's just not. And the Omen is a gaming machine, and it's as good a PC as it could ever imagine to get. Not any complaint with the PC. It's got a graphics card that would choke a digital horse, right? So everything's all maxed out, but it's just not a console. So yes, we will definitely need to hook up. You and Kenny have formed like a kind of really cool friendship by the sounds of it, both on like Discord and on the PlayStation Network. See, I think that's brilliant. I could do 100 shows and people would say to me, so what do you really think you done for people, Kev, by giving them all that information? I would say, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing I did do. There's two guys now, one in Norway, one over here, I think. And they play all the time on the PlayStation and they get on and they probably might never have met. See? I tell you, this show, it's got powers beyond what we imagine, folks. It truly does. Oh, I can't wait till next week. I'll open up the phone and you can phone in and tell me how mad I am. Yes. It's going to be like weird one-on-one phones. Like, I'm used to doing it on TFR. I don't know, it's going to be weird, isn't it? Maybe not. And folks, if I get anyone phoning the Kev Baker Show and telling me like they're part of like some secret government organization and they've decided to come to my show to like blow the whistle on something, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang up on them because nobody's ever going to come to the Kev Baker Show to blow the whistle on anything. And at that point, you know, you've been kind of somebody's pulling your leg and on the LARP. Yes, the infamous LARP. And we won't ever let this show develop into the LARP call-in that some others out there have developed into. That's all I'm going to say, because, you know, you can't criticize other creators out there. Sidvich, I know. Is Kenny in Belgium? How cool is that? Oh, dude, Kenny, brother, you must, oh man, that must feel bad. Like, and I know Kenny can't chat right now, but I'm going to have a word with Kenny later. He's like right next to the belly of the EU beast. Said, you need to rescue him, dude. You need to get the boots on, down there and rescue Kenny. He's right next to it, man. It's like the tentacle is there. Oh, First World, he's getting on the old PlayStation 2. Lisa says, we've met and got to know peeps from around the world in here on Discord. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. Now, I don't give a shit what anyone says about my show. I know some people say I don't take things seriously enough. I don't. I'm not denying that. Good. You see that I don't take things seriously enough. That's the way I am, you know. But nobody can take away what we've got going on here. Nobody can. That's why I'll continue to smile, even when I see what the trolls say. And the trolls say some stuff, folks. It's hilarious. Well, look at Sid in there. He's trying to build himself a little PS Network kind of family, isn't he? I like it. This is awesome. Yes, indeed. So listen then. Listen, let me throw it out to you, folks. Let me throw it out there. I'm going to put I don't want to spam the chat. I'm just going to put a couple of emojis in there. And this is just so I know where I've said this, folks. Okay? I'm just going to put this in here. Oh, I friggin' love you as well, Queen Goddess. I love yous all. So if I put that in there, and now, why don't you give me, like, stories or woo or, like, remember, like, the hairy hands, stuff like that? Drop it in the chat room right now, and we'll do the live dive. And I'm stealing that term off Unirock before people say I'm plagiarizing. Oh, I love it. Yeah, we're live diving your woo right now, right here on... It's not the Kev Baker Show. It's in the VIP lounge. I've got my slippers on. If I had slippers, my slippers would be on. So yes, drop in your woo, drop in your topics. You know there's some things I don't talk about, folks, so Probably no point going there. But yeah, what is it you want me to get into? I hope it's some paranormal woo, because we've also, before we go today, we have got the video from Susie. See, Susie, you thought I'd forgotten. I ain't forgotten. So yes, start dropping it in there, folks. What woo would do for you. That was terrible, I know. Even Lisa has dusted off the PS4 Pro. Even she's getting into this little clan. I like it. Today, YouTube. Tomorrow, the world. Mannerist, that Elder Scrolls looks absolutely awesome. Is it worth getting into? I don't even have the time in the day to do what I'm doing already. Don't be giving me new games. So, here's something we can participate in. Give me a 1 if you members out there, maybe on the backup channel, there's a Kev Baker Show 2 channel. If we played, I don't know, Blair Witch Project or something, a gaming stream, just one day, maybe one a month over on the backup channel. The backup channel, you won't have your membership, so. And I know the last time I done a gaming stream on the main channel, 500 people instantly unsubscribed. Why? Because they are programmed to think if I play games and I do anything to escape the Matrix in any way, you're not allowed to enjoy yourself. When you do this kind of thing, some people have this thing in their head that you're not allowed to entertain yourself or unplug for a while. So yeah, if you think it would be alright to play a game sometime and you would want that, hit 1. If not, give me a couple of 2s. An adamant no. And Anne's sitting giving me 2 fingers. You gotta love her, right? Hod God in the house. How you doing, Hod? Remember, drop your topics in there. We'll live dive it.
Smoke weed every day.
No, I'm not PPP right now. That's terrible. Can't do that in Scotland.
You gotta be shitting me.
No, honestly, Gunny. Honestly, it's like the Dark Ages here, Gunny. We can't do things like that in Scotland. No. Here we go, folks. So I'm going to go back to the chat room. Yes. If only every stream was as chilled and relaxed as the VIP lounge. Oh, I could fall asleep in here. It's so chilled. I might even start doing this from a hammock. But that's how laid back I am. I'm almost horizontal. Yes, indeed. Jeffrey Roberts, he's up for a bit of game streaming sometimes, so's Half Q. See, I don't see the problem. We'd still talk about some of the stuff we talk about now. We'd still interact with the chat. Just give us something different to look at. And there's creepy games out there. We can play creepy games. Something different. Something to look into. Absolutely. I missed the vote. It was Roxy. Roxy, it was just me asking, I remember I'd done a game stream before, and I ended up losing about 500 subscribers in one day, because people were disgusted that I was glorifying death and killing by playing Call of Duty. And may I add, ironically, I didn't even get one kill that day. I was that garbage at the game, I shot nothing, and people were getting angry because of, I was promoting violence. If they'd bothered to watch me, this was like the best advert for not going to war ever. I was garbage, okay? I find that part funny. But yeah, that's why I'm asking you. Because you do, I maybe don't emphasize it enough, but like when I say you're the lifeblood of the channel, yous are such an important part here, and that's why I want your input more than anything. Because in the end of the day, if I manage to keep all of you core members happy, then, and I'm happy, then everybody's happy. And from there, today YouTube, tomorrow the world. So I say. So, we are the Bakerville. Yes, indeed. Indeed. It's alright, it wasn't a big vote, Queen. Don't worry about it. It wasn't a big one. We're good. Clean house and SP is cool. Useless in multiplayer. Lisa's a 1. Yep. So come on, folks. What do you want me to look into? Give me a topic. Give me some woo. Some woo close to you. Some really... You know what we'll do right now? We'll go and watch the video. Yes. We'll watch the video that Susie sent. That's what we'll do. Give me 2 seconds till I set this up here, folks. So this comes from Susie down in Wales. Susie, you're not flooded, are you? Please tell me you're not flooded. Some of that stuff in Yorkshire and things. Oh, wow. Not good. Big shout out to anyone down in England or anywhere that's flooding right now.
Smoke weed every day.
No. I'm just getting the stream ready, of course. UFO disclosure. Ooh. I've got it noted down. I'll get to that in just after this video from Susie. UFO disclosure. I like talking about that. Oh, I do. Brian has got St. Augustine. Sorry, Brian. I thought, when I seen that, I just assumed somebody was saying where they were from, brother. I've got it now, dude. I've got it. Yeah, I should have reminded folks. Remember you're on live chat, not top chat. I always forget as well, Brian. I always forget. Too many hills and mountains around where Susie is. Good. Ha! Jeffrey, what a great question. What a great question from Jeffrey. Love it, brother. Love it. And this highlights the ridiculousness and the absurdity of it all. Does the witching hour between 3 and 4 a.m. still apply when the daylight savings time, or is it switched? Exactly, dude. Exactly. Makes a mockery of the whole time thing that we don't understand in the first place. Yes, indeed. So let me turn down the music here. Let me bring the music to a very nice... Drown it down. Play it out. It's almost like I've got a sound engineer and everything. Yeah. So who stayed up for the KSI and Logan Paul fight? You know I didn't. I'm only joking, folks. My boy made me sit through it. It was terrible. It was absolutely gumph. It was everything I thought it would be. But don't tell my son that. He's absolutely delighted. KSI won. Yes, indeed. So then, let us go to what Susie has brought to the table today. And Susie has been a long time listener to Kev Baker's show. Yes, indeed. take my hat off to you for that, Susie. And look, just when you folks, just when the VIP lounge were all nudging each other, right? And you were going, shh, shh, shh. He's going to forget to bring the video up again. Don't tell him. I remembered, folks. So we'll be having none of those shenanigans today. People don't know what I'm talking about. I've got this habit of playing videos and laughing at things, and I assume that everybody else is watching the same video as me because it's on my screen. But I forget to put it onto the STREAMLABS. Yes, that's how we roll in here. I'm a little bit different. I think that's what appeals to people. But this is called A Strange Apparition. Appears on, oh no, it's a Welsh name, Porthcawl Pier webcam, and this is back in July on 2019. Let's have a look. Yes, indeed. I like these kind of security cam ones. And there's obviously somebody. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's this thing down here? What's that? What? Now, as we're watching this, not that I'm saying I'm like an expert or anything, but bear in mind, I used to do night shift in security with CCTV, some of the top of the range stuff and things. So I know some of the glitches and maybe like a spot of rain running down the lens and maybe the light catching that. I know some of the effects that can take place, okay? And Sidvich, brother. Wow, man. Wow. No words, dude. No words. We've got an incoming in a moment from Sid, but yeah. Right off the bat right now, looking at this little anomaly that we see, it's moved from the bottom right into like the mid right.
Last one before Christmas and the PS4 shipment. All I know is we need you to keep going. Also, I'm off now to much Captain Morgan. Peace and love, Bakerville, winking face.
Right, Sid, see, before you do go and play with Captain Morgan, do you know, Sid, look, Anne's making noises right now. Do you know why she's making noises? And do you know why I'm pissed off? Because I like a little Captain Morgan. In fact, I love a Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan's is my Captain Morgan.
No, she's got like a really nice presentation, like she was a bridesmaid for her best friend. She's going to get it now so that she's actually going to torment me with a Captain Morgan. Can we have a 1 in the chat room if people think Anne should give me a drink of Captain Morgan?
Number 2.
No, I don't need a number 2. See, she's shouting now, look.
Number 2.
So Luke said, look.
You don't drink something like that.
But you can drink something like that.
I can. You just can't.
And look what she leaves me with. She leaves me with this. And these stinking shower bastards still haven't sponsored me. Come on, Red Bull. Do something about this. Nah, I think come on, everyone. We are the 76ers. Do you know what, Sid? She's a 76er as well. She's letting the 76ers down, isn't she? Yes, she's letting the 76ers down. Drink, yes. Yes, Sidvich. You are a true Norwegian, my friend. I bloody love Norwegians. Look at you all with your ones. Look at it all. Look at it all. Oh, look at you all. I told you, you people are amazing. Look, a dram, exactly. What's 1 dram? Captain Morgan's the best, says Mammoth. Dang, dude. Dang. See what I'm saying, Mammoth? I would give you 10 dangs. I bet you would give me a drink of your Captain Chug it, exactly. Need Coca-Cola. No. I'll even take it with Red Bull. I don't care. No, you need it straight. Exactly, Roxy, but it's not funny. I'm a Scotsman. I get watered with alcohol. Come on. 1. Ooh. There we go, Mammoth. You beautiful Australian person,
I'm
you.
never speaking to any name again.
Red Bull is awful. Right now, yeah, it is. It just doesn't compare. Look at this. The T-Man's even in on it. Look. When T-Man tells you... What do you mean, who's T-Man? Everyone knows who T-Man is, Anne. See, T-Man, see, I know who you are. See? Come on. Dab, see? Come on, look at it. Look at it, Anne. It's like... Ooh. It's like a landslide. Not even, like... Not even
But then
the
again,
government.
that's quite biased because they're all like yours.
Oh, so it's like Brexit. You're just going to ignore the will of the people. You're just going to ignore the public vote. Democracy doesn't count here, folks. I live in a bloody dictatorship. I am in Woketopia. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Said I will be around all day tomorrow, brother. Okay? All day tomorrow, I will hit you up and we will get me back into the world of the PS4. Yes, indeed, my friend. Mammoth says hi, Anne. Don't say hello to her. Don't encourage her, Mammoth. Come on.
It's not my name.
Oh, Mammoth. Dang, dude. You don't use the E. Oh. Oh, it's like misgendering somebody. Oh, touchy. Yep. I think it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And anyway, I'm going back to watching this video now. Now that I've just stuck with my can of Red Bull. Bloody terrible, innit? Look, that's his face of a sad Scotsman. So yeah, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted with the promise of alcohol that I never got.
I didn't promise you alcohol.
Okay, maybe I promised myself alcohol. Did I? Yeah, I did. So anyway, we were talking about this video. I can't remember anymore. It's what happens on a stream. It's not really me. It's not the real Kev Baker. It's the cloney Kev Baker. Here we go. So we're watching this anomaly. And like I say, so far, it's like something I haven't seen. Somebody's posting shoes. Yep, I'm getting close, Mammoth. I'm getting close. You see, the drip of water definitely isn't covering this. Like, if I was on, like, guard right now and that was on my monitor and it was coming through, I'd be thinking, I'd be slapping the telly.
It's still there, but it's...
Oh, he's still there. It's like if he's walking shadow, like, isn't it?
Oh, listen to those accents now. That's proper Welsh. Proper Welsh.
Like he's gone towards the pier, down further.
Down towards the pier. Yeah. Oh, look at it. Look. Whoa.
Straight now.
Whoa. What the? And now it's up. What is that all about? Mammoth, it's all right. Everyone makes that mistake. Don't worry about it. Oh, you and your phobia of people using an E on the end of your name. Now you've got...
I
see...
I'm not second English.
What was that, Anna? Captain Morgan? Yes, please. That is weird, folks, eh? I'm hoping you can see this at home. It's like the middle of the screen. It's like... Yeah, you can. Should be able to. Yeah, it's a good one, Half Q. Definitely, man.
That is real weird because...
There it is there again now. Look at that.
Come through a fence. Huh?
No, it's really weird.
And I want to get... What is that?
You know, like as the railings going across there.
Yeah. I think you want to go with the pier in the dark, Rob.
Huh?
I think we want to go with the pier in the dark.
You don't want to go to that pier in the dark. I was thinking the water drop to begin with, Mannerus, but I don't know. I don't know. When the light hits it,
Well, we can't be the only ones who've seen it.
When the light hits it, it should become more obvious that it's a droplet of water. But you're right, you do get them, and I've seen that effect. I'm with you. I know exactly what you mean, dude. I don't know, it just doesn't... I don't know.
There's other people watching, weren't there? I think it's just on the edge of the
Whoa.
Go through again.
yeah,
What the heck was that?
yeah,
Go through again.
yeah.
Go through again.
Yeah.
That was bizarre, right?
Ghost hunters.
Oh.
Huh?
Where is it? I can't see it anymore.
So you got those ones down the bottom as well all the time. There's something down there, innit?
Oh, is it down here in
There's
the
two.
bottom right?
Yeah. It's like there's people down there and then he's coming, whoever it is coming back and forth to him all the time.
That's bizarre.
Like it was summer day, innit?
Oh, there's something down the bottom, look.
It does look like there's something down
See
here.
something down the bottom there. It's...
Back again.
There it is up there now.
Yeah, but I could see a bit down the bottom where you got those three. There was like something over.
No,
over
there's
my
three
head coming
things
back.
down here, look. See? 1, 2, 3 towards the bottom corner. That's weird, huh?
Yep, here he comes.
Wait, this thing down in the bottom corner is starting to like blink in and out now. What is that? Whoa.
Yeah.
That's real weird.
That's bizarre.
It's like you're almost doing the same thing every time, and then not. But it either goes over there or it goes over to that building, doesn't it?
That is truly strange. And it just disappeared.
He's going again now. He's going up to the sky back. Going to the wall.
Yeah. And I put this on Facebook now.
It's everyone's first go-to when they catch something. Get it on Facebook, get it on YouTube. I don't know. That was weird. And that, I don't know if that was a shooting star or some kind of thing. I have no idea. That was a good video, though. Thank you very much, Susie. And that is weird. And I'll send a link to that to people. Hang on. Let's get you that here. There we go. Now, somebody asked me in the chat room. Yes, Tiffany. That was strange. Very strange. Now, somebody asked me in the chat room about UFO disclosure, one of my favourite topics. Something I've been waiting for so long that I never even knew it was called UFO disclosure back when I was waiting for it. Because even as a wee guy, I remember looking up at the stars and things and thinking, no danger, are we alone? So yeah, I've always wanted to get closer to what the truth is. And I honestly think the universe is absolutely teeming with life. I also, at the same time, accept that it's probably out with our physical capabilities of getting even to the next galaxy along, let alone all the other galaxies out there. So whether we bump into this life or not, I don't know, okay? But I do think there's lots out there. I do think the governments know more than they're letting on. Of course they do. We've got this whole thing with To the Stars Academy and Tom DeLonge, and I've done shows on that in the past, and I've spoke about that. And I think Tom DeLonge's a decent guy. I think Tom DeLonge's as genuine about his interest into UFOs as myself or any of you out there. But for whatever reason, right now, they've chosen this as a time. And I say they, and the they I'm talking about, it's the same people that have kept all of the information hidden over the years. But for whatever reason, now they've decided they're going to tell us some of the truth. And I say some of the truth because it's a very kind of slow release of information that we're seeing. You go back almost 2 years now to December 2017, and we had that whole Luis Elizondo, and he's a character that you could do several shows on. But he comes forward and he reveals the ATIP program. And that's the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, which was run by the Pentagon. And it was Harry Reid, the senator for, I think it was Nevada. He had funded this program for 5 years, $22 million. That money went to Bigelow Aerospace, and Bigelow Aerospace, they work closely with To the Stars Academy now as well. And you've got all this information slowly now coming out. You've got the Tic Tac videos. You've got all that kind of stuff. You've had the Pentagon confirming officially that, yes, that they have been looking into these things once upon a time, again, with the ATIP program. And the videos that they've been released are of unidentified aerial phenomenon. They're even trying to change the way that we talk about these things now. Now, do I think we've been told the truth? I think what they're showing us is genuine. But I'm very reserved about saying it's UFO disclosure. A, it's coming from the same people that we've talked about hiding the information, IA or IE alphabet agencies, namely the CIA. And it's everything happens for a reason. And if they're deciding to do it now, I want to know why now. What's the agenda? It's obviously a stepping stone or an event on the road to something else. At the same time, we see Trump going for the whole Space Force. And remember, Trump's just a front man. Trump's here today, gone tomorrow, as David Icke would say, and somebody else comes in, be they red or blue, but they're all front men. And now, in the cycle of time that we're in, whoever it is pulling the strings, if you think it's Trump, cool, what doesn't matter. Space Force is a thing. And we're seeing more and more and more and more and more stuff happening in space, be it from Elon Musk and Amazon putting satellites up there to bathe us in 5G, to the full weaponization of it. So space is a new thing now. And it could be that we're just now starting to move into this, for lack of a better term, a space age. And if we're going to move away from the way we've done things in the past, i.e. the military-industrial complex companies getting their major money from war, then they're not going to give up that power that they've amassed or the money that they've got and the greed that they have anytime soon. So there's going to have to be a new way for them to continue the game. And it could be space. So I think all of the information we're getting right now, it's all part of this changing of the age, changing of times, changing of ways. Am I encouraged by it? Of course, got to be encouraged. Whenever we get anything that we can point to and say, well, look, there's the facts, it's a lot easier to wake people up who might still think that aliens are just the stuff that you find in the X-Files or the kind of sci-fi movies. But I'll show you here why I'm skeptical when it comes to what's happening right now. I'll back it up for you folks. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this already, but it's To the Stars Academy. And this is Tom DeLonge's mob. This is To the Stars. This is his website. If you come down here, there's the company. And entertainment, storytelling that inspires and educates. And I've got nothing against that. But if we come to the team, this is where it starts to get a little bit weird, right? A little bit weird. Because first up, we've got this guy here. Tom DeLonge, we all know him, right? We'll open my juice. Somebody's talking about the dark journalist in the chat room. Absolutely. He's the guy to keep up with when it comes to all proper, like, deeply researched and really kind of logical kind of information on this stuff. Dark journalist. Absolutely. Couldn't recommend him more. In fact, he's one of the few I would only recommend. You know, go and check him out. If there's something to it, he's on it. If not, he's looked at it. Tom DeLonge, co-founder, Blink-182 and Angels and Airwaves, and selling over 25 million records worldwide. Everyone's always known that Tom DeLonge's into UFOs, Area 51, alien autopsies, all the good stuff, right? Like we are. Not criticising Tom in any way, shape or form. But then we start to find people like this character here, Jim Semivan. Now he's the co-founder, board member and vice president of operations. And his background? Aha. I've done it again. I've done it again. Oh no, I've done it again, Anne. I've been talking and people can't even see what I'm talking about, right? It's all right. I didn't get too far into it. See, I told you this is what I do, folks. I told you this is what I do, right? So this is To the Stars Academy, okay? I'll take you back up here so you can see what they've got. See, it's almost like they're LARPing. The first thing you can find here, you know, start investing in them. What? Invest in what? Invest in what? You know? All right, they're going to be making, like, TV programs and things like that, they say. I get it, but there's a lot of money coming into that organisation, let's just say that. And Tom DeLonge ain't short of a bob or two either. So, yeah, To the Stars Academy. We'll come down here. And I'm trying not to laugh because I went and done the one thing. The one bloody thing that I said that I always do. And I've done it. So it says the team. Wait a minute. Hod God, you think the people that run this planet are concerned about us? A big red flag is round the corner. I wish they were concerned about us. If they were concerned about us, for a start here in the UK, they would have got us out of the EU by now. These governments that allegedly represent us. If they cared about us, they would probably stop selling, like, bombs and bullets to countries like Saudi Arabia, who are doing really, really crappy things in Yemen and things. If they cared about us, maybe all of the stuff that they, like, make parents put into their children, you know, the vaccines and things, maybe they would all be kind of cool as well. Hod, I would love to think they care about us. I would love to think that they know what's coming, but they just don't want to tell us because they love us too much. I would love to think that, brother. Psychos don't work that way. And these people are psychos. You have to be psychopathic to be running the planet. You're going to have to make decisions that are inevitably going to result in the loss of life. And if you can do that, and if you can go to bed, and you can get up the next morning and do it all again, business as usual, you're a psychopath. Plain and simple. And there's something about psychopaths. It's what makes them a psychopath, by definition. They have no empathy. They have no sympathy. Meaning, they don't care about any of us. Do I think that they're probably looking out for themselves and building themselves bunkers? Probably. Do I think if they know something's coming, would they keep it to themselves and look after themselves and just let us maybe, you know, see it out? Survival of the fittest? See who makes it? I think that's more likely. Oh, Hod God, I wish I could be as optimistic as you. And I try, but when I'm talking about the people that, like, run this planet and know where things are going, the ones, not the ones even that we know the faces of, but the real power, you know, I don't think these people have any interest apart from sucking us dry. Apart from sucking us dry. Like any parasite, a parasite needs a host. And that's why, yeah, they keep us around. I'm sure that's the only reason they keep us around. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have anyone to tax, and they wouldn't be able to get any richer, and wouldn't have anyone to be powerful over. And they wouldn't have anyone to take out these psychopathic tendencies on. So as much as I would love to be there and sit and sing Kumbaya and get the bongo drums out and tell everyone we're going to be cool, puff, puff, pass, everything's sound, this mob have got it, we can just crack on, we can be happy. I can't honestly do that. I don't believe it. And again, I could be wrong. You could be absolutely right, Odd God. I could have got this whole thing totally wrong. But then when we look at history, what does it teach us? Did this mob ever do anything like, when I say mob, like governments? And remember, the governments are the apparatus that the real power on the planet use to control us. Have they ever really looked out for us? Really? Deep and meaningful. So back, and Hot God. But Hot God, I want to thank you because I wasn't having a go at you, and I know you know that, but you weren't even saying that anyway. So he said, it's not what I've said, Kev. These bad B words want to control us. Exactly, dude. You see, Hod? But I'm glad I misread that or you had mistyped it, because that was quite a good thing to say, because that needed to be said. And I think everyone can agree with that. It doesn't matter if you still buy into politics and everything else. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that tell them what to do. And do they care about us? I don't know. Do they, as Joe calls them, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Joe Joseph, he'll be back next week, folks. Don't worry about that. He's having a bit of a really busy time just now, so I want you to send a lot of love out to Joe Joseph. Something, the Thames is freezing again. I think there's more chance of that. I really think there's more chance of that than like people in Scotland getting like 3rd-degree burns from global warming. I do. I truly do. Yeah, you see, I just PPP now here. So when I have been going for a break today, all you people that were having a giggle thinking I was having a PPP, no, I was genuinely going for a break. You see, Greg, people say that The Walking Dead is simply pre-programming. I watch The Walking Dead. I love it. And I just see The Walking Dead as just that, The Walking Dead. I just love zombie shows. I just love them. And I get the whole programming aspect. But again, are they programming me to get ready for that? I don't know. But I can detach myself and just dive into like the storylines, and I don't know. A lot of people though do think that the whole kind of rise of the zombie genre, I find it quite suspicious, I suppose, but then again I don't as well, because everything has cycles, and zombies were a thing in movies and TV before, and because there's no original ideas in Woketopia, everything comes back around. Look at the vampires. I never thought for 1 minute the vampires would become a real thing. And I suppose, I think more, it takes us back to what we were talking about a moment ago about these psychopaths. Don't they already view us as zombies? Probably. Not just kind of like the ones we're used to seeing in the sci-fi movies or Walking Dead, but I would imagine they probably, when they're getting together and drinking their champagne and eating their caviar and getting ready for whatever ritual they're doing at night time, I'm sure if they talk about us, if at all, they probably talk about us as zombies, and I don't think they probably have nice things to say about us. So yeah, maybe we are being programmed for something around the corner like that. God, I hope not. How would you prepare for that anyway? How could you prepare for that? You could be the most diligent prepper in the world, but the zombie apocalypse arrives tomorrow. It's a pretty good leveler, I think. Pretty good leveler. But back to UFO disclosure. Back there. I will get there now that we can see the screen. So, this is where it gets interesting, and this is why I'm a bit on the fence when it comes to this stuff. Because it says, to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science has mobilised an elite team of creative minds across art, industry and academia, the Department of Defense and the US intelligence community. with a goal of advancing our current understanding of scientific phenomena and its technological implications. So, what they're saying is, they're working alongside the actual US military / military industrial complex to help us understand scientific phenomena and technological implications. So I'm thinking that any technology that they've gained from back engineering anything, any technology that they've created through use of AI that they're not meant to have yet, like AI that's well in advance, I think we're now entering a period where that stuff's going to get rolled out. We're moving into this new age, remember? And not too far down the line, we're going to be living in something that probably looks a lot more like Blade Runner than we'll be comfortable with. So how do we get there? Well, maybe one way of preparing the public for some of the new technologies that's coming is saying that, well, look what we've been doing. You know, we have been investigating the UFOs, and then over time, drip, 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 very slow kind of process, normalize people to the idea. And before you know it, this team here that I'm about to show you, well, it's just be common knowledge that there's aliens out there. We've got some of their technology, and now we've got XYZ. But it's the team, folks. And I think Tom DeLonge's been used. I really do. He's a public face. He's somebody very convenient for the intelligence agencies to use as a front man, as that public face, to be the go-between. The go-between between them, i.e., the people that have been holding the UFO information, and us, the public. So Tom DeLonge, I think, even if he doesn't know it right now, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because his heart's in the right place. He wants to get to the truth. But I think the characters behind him and beside him, they ain't got Tom's best kind of best intentions at heart. So hang on a second here now. Somebody messaging frantically. It's okay. I've got it. Wow. I'll keep that there. 2 secs. So if we go back to this here, Tom DeLonge, co-founder, Blink 182, like I was saying. But this guy, this is the guy that I was about to get into when I realised I had effed up again, okay? So he's the co-founder, the board member, and vice president of operations, Jim Semivin. Now, he's 25 years as an operations officer for the Central Intelligence Agency's Directorate of Operations. So the cat that was running CIA ops, literal CIA operations, is now on the board beside Tom DeLonge. Then next to him, Steve Justice, Chief Operations Officer, Aerospace Division Director. Now, I bring him up because look who he worked with. He's retired following a 39-year career with Lockheed Martin and 31 years with Skunk Works. Now, Skunk Works and Lockheed Martin are very, very much a part of the military-industrial complex. And any sneaky-beaky kind of exotic materials at all, and future tech, secret tech that gets worked on, you can bet your bottom dollar it would have happened at Skunk Work, okay? So he's been there. Now, that's okay. You're thinking, come on, Kev, it's just a couple of people. That gives Tom DeLonge, you know, some contacts into these realms. I get it. I can see that. But it gets worse. Because then you got Dr. Hal Puthoff, and he's the co-founder, board member, vice president of science and technology, CEO of something called Earth Tech International Incorporated. He's also the director of the Institute of Advanced Studies in Austin. Pretty cool, right? Gets really interesting here, though, because for over 50 years as a research scientist at General Electric, Sperry, National Security Agency, the NSA, Stanford University, and SRI International. Now, SRI International, that always comes in to kind of conversation and secret government kind of programs, stuff like that. You're talking about Hal Puthoff here, who has worked on many's a program that would have been linked to something called MK Ultra. And a deep level spook. A proper spook. This cat here is as spook as you will get. So we come across here Luis Elizondo. Now, I'm not sure if he's still with them or not, but he's the Director of Global Security and Special Programs. What are To the Stars Academy? What are they? They're what was their thing? They're wanting to bring like scientific discoveries and knowledge to public attention. What the hell do they need a Director of Global Security and Special Programs for? It sounds like something right out of the alphabet agencies. And this guy is something right out of the alphabet agency, literally. A career intelligence officer, US Army and Department of Defense, the National Counterintelligence Executive, and the Office of Director of National Intelligence. He's conducted and supervised highly sensitive espionage and terrorism investigations around the world, ran clandestine source operations throughout Latin America and the Middle East. He's as spook as they come. But we come down further, and this guy here is of particular interest. Mr. Chris Mellon. Why is he of interest? Well, he's another one that you'll see doing the rounds on all the mainstream news, telling you that disclosure's coming and we're getting all of this information from the government and from the Pentagon and from the CIA. How would he know? Oh, probably something to do with the fact that he spent 20 years as a federal or in federal government roles, included Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence in the Clinton and Bush administrations, and Minority Staff Director at the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Now, you can go on. You can go on, and you'll find this guy here, Dr. Norman Kahn. He's the National Security and Program Management Consultant for Tom DeLonge's To the Stars Academy. And he has got 30 plus years at the CIA Counter-Biological Weapons Program. He's a recipient of the CIA's Distinguished Career Intelligence Medal, DNI National Intelligence Distinguished Service Medal. And then look at this guy here. Look at this guy here. Dr. Paul Rapp, To the Stars Academy, right? There he is, there, Dr. Paul Rapp. Place bringing us disclosure, getting into UFO woo. Why have they got a brain function and consciousness consultant who just happens to have a PhD from Cambridge, no less? And he's into traumatic injury research program, professor of military and emergency medicines at Uniformed Services. Lothar says Harold E. Putoff, PhD. Another one of those people we were talking about last night or the other night. Yeah, I do imagine there's a couple of Masons in here. This guy here just looks like, see if he were, Dr. Norman Kahn. No offense, Norman, but if like the dictionary had pictures instead of descriptions, we turn to CIA spook. That dude's there. If you see this guy like in a coffee shop, like 2 tables down from you, you know you've been watched. You just know it. He's as spook as they come. So why'd I bring all of this up? Because in the end of the day, it says To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science is a public benefit corporation that was established in 2017 as a revolutionary collaboration. A revolutionary collaboration, folks. Remember that? It's a collaboration between academia, industry, and pop culture. But remember who they're collaborating with. Remember? They're collaborating with the US Department of Defense and the military-industrial complex. Same people that have kept all the secrets from us in the first place. Just saying. So, to advance society's understanding of scientific phenomena and its technological implications, our mission is to be a vehicle for change by inspiring a newfound appreciation and understanding for the profound, yet unresolved mysteries of the universe that can have a positive impact on humanity. Well, absolutely all that. And we all really interested in the unresolved mysteries of the universe. I don't see me surrounded by spooks, though. I don't know. We are working to achieve our mission via entertainment. So you could also call that programming. They're programming us. Don't we always call entertainment? What don't we call it programming? Didn't we have the example of that earlier correctly? That The Walking Dead is programming. So to the Stars Academy, when they're making programs about disclosure, we're being programmed, right? By definition. And it says Science and Aerospace Consortium that engages with global citizens. Global citizens. Oh, very nice. Why not just people? Had to go all global on us, eh? To investigate the outer edges of science and unconventional thinking in order to push human knowledge and ultimately our collective capability forward. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Controversial time here on KBS. I am a globalist. I am a globalist. We're living in 2019, folks. I think we should have long ago dropped our differences and we should be working together on a planetary level. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't still appreciate and live by our local traditions, cultures, norms. We can all come together. Point being, there's nothing wrong with thinking on a global level. We shouldn't let what the globalists today, their vision of a global utopia, we shouldn't let that spoil the idea that it could be done right. We're all humans. We're all equal. Doesn't matter what colour you are, what sex you are. It doesn't even matter what you identify as. In the end of the day, we're all humans. Shouldn't matter where we come from on this planet. If we want to advance to the next level, if we want to get to that next type of civilization, where maybe, other entities out there, other species might actually want to come and play with us. Nobody wants to come and play with us with this level of thinking. Why? Because we're the ones that always start a fight. Well, we wouldn't start a fight, Kev. We can't even live together without fighting. And I get it. It's not me and you. It's governments again. It's the people. Remember where we're going back to? The psychos that run the planet. See how they don't care about us? If they did, we could do this global thing, right? And it would be cool if we could all come together and push human knowledge and ultimately our collective capability forward. How can there be anything wrong with that? There can't, and there isn't. But not the way that they're dressing it up and trying to give us it. And this mob here, for me, they're dressing up disclosure. They truly are. They're putting lipstick on a pig, because the people behind this, it's the same people that were hiding it all in the first place. So yeah, there we have the History Channel show, programming. I'm just saying. But yeah, you asked me about UFO disclosure. Dang, would I love it? Would I love it? Of course I would love it. Are we getting it? Probably not just yet. But I am going to go and have a little PPP. So what I'll do is I'll put on a little music and I'll be back in 30 seconds. Yes, indeedy. Safe space music. Somebody's talking about the Clintons. They wanted to release all this information. Yeah, you know how they wanted to do it? With the same group that's releasing it right now. The same people from the CIA. Remember that cat that I showed you a minute ago? Chris Mellon? Remember him that worked for the Bush and Clinton administrations? Yeah. It's the same program, only she never got in. So, how do we do the disclosure now that our candidate didn't get in? Ah, there's Tom DeLonge. Shall we use him? See how it works, folks. And you don't even need to go to WikiLeaks for that. Hillary Clinton, she's pictured with the book about UFOs, and she was on Jimmy Kimmel and she said she would do it. Oh yeah, this is the same disclosure that they were going to give us. Only it's not Hillary that's fronting it. It's not the president of the US fronting it. No, it's that other side. And they're using Tom DeLonge. Yep, and somebody's brought up Hillary's friend, Mr. P, as I like to call him, and the algorithm likes him called. Yeah, but Mr. P, he's another big one on that disclosure train with Hillary. And where's he now? Ancient aliens? Oh, you see how this disclosure is still taking place then? Only they're using different vehicles, different mediums to program you. Yes, indeed. Yes, exactly, Sidvich. Screw the TTSA. But you know, just talking this over, like this with you guys out there, this has really helped to solidify it in my mind. Because now, next time I go to talk about this, I've gone over it. And you can agree, you can disagree. But from what I can see, and I hadn't really put this together before, but the Tom DeLonge to the Stars Academy disclosure that's been taking place since key date 2017. Key date there. Remember that? 2017. That's when we got the A-tip. Now, like somebody had said in the chat room, there was the WikiLeaks stuff, and we also seen Mr. P and Hillary Clinton famously pictured with the books. She was with Rockefeller at one point as well, remember? Remember she was with him and they had the books as well, and Hillary was somebody that they were at one point going to use as the, what will we call her? The disclosure president. Oh, Sidvich, brother, man, you're too good, dude. I love you so much, brother. Another unicorn. But yeah, so think about it this way. It was obviously always timed for round about now they would start to tell us this. And we had Hillary very much at the public, kind of very public about her talking about aliens, looking into them. And it's my speculation, my opinion, that because this was going to happen during this period of time, 2016 was meant to be when she got in. And that would have meant she would have got in, and then moving forward, 2016 into 2017, she'd have started to release some of the information. What information? Exactly the same information that we're now getting from To the Stars Academy, from the new programs that are being made by To the Stars Academy, from her friend, Mr. P, who's more permanent. I don't think anyone in America votes for Mr. P, do they? But he's quite influential, right? We know who I mean by Mr. P. It's going to trigger an algorithm if I say his name. You know it, though. But yeah, we see him. He's on Ancient Aliens as well this season, or the latest season. So we've got the same characters that were before the To the Stars Academy release of everything, who were positioning themselves as being the Disclosure Administration. Well, they didn't get in, but the agenda has to go forward. This is brilliant. It is, because you see how it works. This is the same stuff that would have came out with them, but they didn't get in. So they're done. The agenda moves forward, though. So what do? Well, we've got Tom DeLong out there. He's quite famous for being like into UFO stuff and that. And if we go to him and we say to him, look, Tom, we've got like people here that have been on the inside. We've seen the UFO file and we're going to give you little bits of it. We're ready to tell people. Do you fancy like your organization, if we could like collaborate, you know, in the name of pushing human knowledge and scientific information forward? Do you think that'd be a good idea? It's pure speculation and imagineering on my part. Sure fits though, doesn't it? It really does. Yes, indeed. She probably is an alien, dude. She probably is. Absolutely. But listen, I've been here for 2 hours now, folks. I am going to go and I'm going to need to get something to eat. Why? Because I'm going to be back on later on with Scotty Lopez. Yes, indeed. And Anne's making noises behind me. She must be wanting a cup of coffee or something. I don't know. She's wanting food. Yes, she's wanting a snack and getting hungry. See, this is the way I roll, folks. Doesn't matter that she doesn't give me a drink when I need it, right? But I'll run away now and I'll do my Kev'd Out Fire thing and I'll make her some food and all the rest of it. You know, that's how I roll, girls. $5 me, love you long time. Anne hires me out for weekends if you're interested. I'm a... All right, oh, and there we go. Whatever. So listen, folks, again, one last time today. And Brian Cantonell, I remember. I've got St. Augustine, Florida written down here. And I'll talk about that on the stream later on today, brother. How's that sound? Haunted. How's that sound? Sound good? Hey, we've got a new member. Incendiary KG. I like it. Awesome. That takes us up to 114. We are only 11 away, folks. We need 11 new members. Now, I don't expect us to get them by tomorrow, and that's the date that we had put on this. I don't expect it to happen by then, but that's okay, because I like the little bar now. It gives us little goals to aim for, but we'll put it forward. I'm going to put the date to next Sunday. I'm going to change the date. In fact, we'll do that right now. Hang on. I can do that live on air. That's no bother. Hang on. Let's see. Goal. I'll do it after the stream, folks. I need to do it after the stream. So, yeah, and now my son's in here and he's getting ready to eat me. So, Mammoth says, go feed your woman. Mammoth, you're just saying that to suck up to her because you put an E on her name. I know that. No, Incendiary, don't you dare say thank you to me here. I thank you.
I'll feed you one sandwich.
I'm getting big heavy grief here, folks. So it's time to go and make a snack. It truly is. And I thank you for being here, Incendiary. I thank all of you. So I'll be back in 3 hours from now. Can you wait 3 hours? And I'll be back with Scott Lopez. And we'll get into some fun stuff tonight. We'll have some paranormal woo. We'll have a look for some of the ridiculous stuff happening around the world. Talked a lot about KSI and Logan Paul last night. And again, folks, I know it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but it really pissed me off yesterday. And I thought, being a content creator myself, obviously not on the scale of these boys, I would talk about it. I went on about it too long last night. I get that. So I'll make up for it today and we'll get into some really good woo. Starting with St. Augustine, Florida. Reportedly America's most haunted town. So yes, we'll get into that later. So I'll be back. No, Incendiary. Oh, we're glad to have you here. Honestly, we're so glad to have you here. And I'm so glad to have everyone here. So until later on, folks, I've got to love you and leave you. Remember, keep looking for the woo. Keep the mind open, but not to the point where the brain turns to black goo. Later, folks.